What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Forever Stranded Lost Souls. Oh yeah, guys. So we've been working on this mob farm for the last few episodes. I think off camera I grabbed Blaze, and I have swapped our Wither skeleton to Blaze, so we are currently destroying Blaze and collecting more Blaze rods, which is pretty awesome. This thing's almost full, it looks like. Yeah, by default they can only hold like 2,048 items, I think, one of those drawers, without any storage upgrades, but they do have void upgrades, so if we get extra stuff they'll just go away. So things I was looking at, we are collecting an excess of essence, as we saw previously. We're up to 7,300 buckets of this stuff, so that got me to thinking, what are we doing with all this essence? There isn't, like, we can't spawn in monsters. Like, we're not going to be wasting this. If we try and spawn in more monsters and we kill them and we collect the essence, we're just going to be getting more and more. So essence, I was looking through JEI here. If we look at the uses of this thing, we can see we can fill up some tanks with it. Nothing too interesting here. If we go to the fluid transposer, though, we can fill up bottle O enchanting. So that means we can turn that directly into experience and collect that, which is kind of cool. But then I saw over here, Tome of Knowledge, that we can fill up the Tome of Knowledge with experience. So this says you can use it to store knowledge in the tome, which is your experience, or use while sneaking to retrieve stored knowledge. So this, to me, says we need to get a fluid transposer over here, take the essence out of our quantum tank, fill up a Tome of Knowledge, and then start getting levels, and then we can take all of our skills and max them out. That's kind of what I want to look at, seeing if we can do today, or at least at the very start here. Obviously, I don't think that's going to take super long to do, but we already have a fluid transposer, right? Which one is it? This one. Might have to remove this guy real quick so I can get at it. So yeah, we have a fluid transposer here that is already maximum level. It's got all the upgrades in it, so things should go pretty quickly with that guy. Oop, and it's all the way down there. All right, I'm just making a mess of things. Well, let's go collect that item real quick because it is rather expensive to try and remake it since it is fully upgraded. Definitely don't want to forget this thing. All right, so do we got it? Perfect. All right, so Tome of Knowledge, I was also looking at that item, and it doesn't seem too expensive for us to make. I think it was 2 pieces of lapis, 2 emeralds, and a book. Let's take a look. Tome of Knowledge. Yeah, so that's really inexpensive. So let's take a look at this thing. I think I've used it once before, but don't really remember. So if I right click it, all of my experience goes away. If I shift right click it, I get experience back, levels at a time, and then I get the same amount as what we started with. So that's really awesome. I don't know if there's a way to like speed that up, or if that is the fastest way that goes. Let's also right click it. So we have like 18.25 levels. If we look at this book, that's 461 experience of 10,000. What the heck, guys? We're going to have so much XP with this thing. It is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I like it. That's the kind of ridiculous that I like. Oh, you know what? We are going to need a way to get the essence out of that quantum thing and into our fluid transposer. So let's grab a servo. Good, we have the fast servo, and then we need a fluid duct of some description. That should work just fine. Okay, so yeah, we should be able to fill up our Tome of Knowledge, start collecting all the experience levels, and then finally upgrading all of our skills to maximum. We won't have to worry about that ever again. That's the idea. All right, so we have that. We need 1 fluid duct. We need a resonant servo. We need to ignore that. This needs to be set to accept fluid from this side, and Tome of Knowledge here. All right, so we are getting that experience not quite as quick as I thought we were going to get it. You know what? I bet, let's turn this off. I bet the this pipe is probably going to be faster. It seems like the thermal expansion pipes are good, but they aren't really the fastest. Alternatively, we could also try using extra utility, since there is a fluid transfer node for that, which would probably go decently fast as well, but I don't know what the max speed is on that. So what about pipe? Do we have any more? We have fluid pipes here, and then we need the other thing. What is it called? That is called the fluid extractor. I don't know if we have enough of these caminite plates. Looks like we do. Perfect. And then we need a lever. to get this thing going. All right. So maybe this will go faster. I want that book filled up as quickly as possible. Now, also, I think the fluid transposer also has the auto input. So maybe if we put this right next to this thing, it will suck in the stuff. Let's actually try that first before we do anything else here. Should probably grab a wrench so we can move this fluid transposer faster. So if I put that there, and then we do auto input, it's not doing anything. Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. And then we have a wrench, crescent hammer in here. There we go, that's a little bit faster than trying to mine that thing. Okay, so with these pipes, that needs to be 2 blocks away since we need to extract, and then we need a regular pipe for it to go into, and then we, of course, need our lever and our tome of knowledge. Is that going faster? I feel like that might be faster, although I'm not really sure, to be honest. Maybe it's about the same speed. Okay, well, one thing's for sure. We are going to need power over here to keep that thing going. So I'll go ahead and make a flux point so we can make sure that that keeps powered up. I'm going to start using that book to level up as much as I can, and we will be right back, guys. All right, so I spent a lot of time here pressing shift and holding right click and leveling up. So we have mining at 60, gathering at 60, and then I just kind of brought the other ones up to 50. I brought agility and magic up to 54 and 51 respectively because we needed one more skill point to unlock these other abilities. So all these different skills are unlocked in every single one of these categories. I don't know if there's anything special you get for bringing... You see we're at 50 out of 82. I don't know if there's any special thing, like if we bring this all the way up to 82, other than this locks out certain pieces of equipment that have the arbitrary numbers placed on them. I don't know if there's anything special. I don't know if we get any more skills. I don't know if you get like a haste 2 effect all the time. I honestly don't know, but I don't know if I can be bothered to do that. So one thing I noticed while I was sitting here holding down right click, you can see we're gaining a lot of levels and the bars going down on the book. The higher our levels go, the faster that bar goes down because it costs more experience, right? But what I noticed is that I could just right click the book directly and fill it up. So yes, I don't need to use the fluid transposer. I didn't know that, never used this thing before. You can use this thing like a bucket, like you can hear me putting the XP in there, and then I can right click it again and take that XP out. So yeah, this Tome of Knowledge is pretty cool. I guess it holds like 10 buckets of liquid XP is what that's supposed to be. So after all of that, if we take a look here, we're down to 4,500. Now, there was a point in time where I was getting bored of just going directly up to like 23 levels, hitting the inventory, clicking this, clicking this, clicking this, and then doing it again. So I was just kind of like using up all the levels kind of wastefully and then skilling up that way. So yeah, we went through more levels than what we needed to. Can I? Yeah, I bet I can use the fluid transposer. Let's do this. I want to empty out the Tome of Knowledge and kind of dump it all back in there. So if I do this button and that, and then I do output, auto output, does that not work? Orange. I guess I could, yeah, I was thinking that would just dump the fluid out. I guess I could just pipe it out. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, so, we made this a little bit more complicated than what it needed to be, which is fine. We learned some things. I haven't really messed around with this Tome of Knowledge too much, so I didn't really know what to expect. It's pretty... I thought it was just like converting the essence into the XP, but I guess the essence is already like, or dictionary converted or whatever. But anyway... This is pretty cool. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about the skillable mod anymore. Yeah, I like that a lot. Other things that we can do with that essence, with the arcane ensorcelator, ensorcelator? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Yeah, so this thing says creates magical tomes and scrolls. So it looks like if we put a book in there with another star, we can get mending, which would be really nice. So we're going to need nether stars to do that. And thankfully, we have a lot of wither skeleton skulls. So yeah, this whole process should be rather easy to do once we start defeating the wither skeleton, or I'm sorry, the wither boss. So here's some things. Let's take a look at what is wither proof. Do we have any wither-proof blocks? We have wither-proof glass, which comes from wither skeleton essence. And in order to make that, we need the seeds, and we need the crafting seeds and the chunks. These things we don't have. Is there anything else in here that is wither-proof? Wither dust block. Yeah, I don't think that's wither-proof. It was wither-proof in one pack that I played, these wither dust blocks, but I think that was custom to that pack. Wither-proof block here. Again, we need the wither skeleton essence. So let's take a look at blast. Maybe we'll have something else over here. Blast resistant. Reinforced brick. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Let's take a look one more time. Wither. How about proof? Do we have anything? No. So wither once again. So we have the sound muffler. We have the witherproof glass. We have these wither dust blocks. I'm not seeing anything in here. Oh, actually, no. There was one more thing. Reinforced. There was like an Ender IO block. Yeah, this right here. Okay, so reinforced obsidian. It says witherproof on it, but you can't search for that for some reason. So reinforced obsidian is regular obsidian and iron bars, all of which we have. We have our obsidian farm, and iron bars aren't too expensive. So can we craft those up? Let's take a look here. I'm just going to make 4, apparently, because we don't have enough iron bars. So iron bars, very, very inexpensive. We'll just make a bunch of those, and then we'll go back to this and this and that. So there's a stack plus 4 reinforced obsidian. Awesome. So these are witherproof from Tiny Progressions. Does Tiny Progressions have anything else in there that would help us out? Let's take a look real quick. So we have the reinforced glass so we can see inside, but that requires dirty glass, which is soul sand plus glass. I don't know. That's nicer, but I just feel like the reinforced obsidian is just the way to go, right? So we would also want to make ourselves like a mob grinder or something to kill the wither boss immediately. Mob grinder. I don't know if we have access to make this thing yet. So in order to make that, we need Sword of the Wyvern draconium ingots, which is made just by smelting draconium dust. You know what? We've been getting draconium dust. Oh, these require nether stars already. Right. So we are going to need quite a few stars. Fusion crafting. Yeah, there's more to this than I was thinking. So yeah, we haven't even delved into draconic evolution at all. Oh, empower recipe for the draconic core supremium ingot. So before we can even do this, we need to get into mystical agriculture. Base essence ingot. Where do you get these from? Is that from the nether? Or I'm sorry, from the end? The prosperity shards? I'm not sure. Prosperity, does it say? It looks like we have a nether variant and we have an end variant. There apparently is an overworld variant, so we can get that from the laser. We can get that from the void ore miners, which it says a light gray laser is the preferred one. Huh, I wonder if I should swap out our laser over there with a light gray one so we can collect that along with like the erodium stuff that we're never going to get enough of. Let's take a look where we are in this. I said we're never going to talk about this thing again, but I lied. I'm a liar. So yeah, we have draconium stuff here. Look, we have 2 whole erodium essence now. We're never going to get it. Do we have any prosperity stuff in here? What does the ore look like? I guess we could do this. There it is. We have 12 prosperity ore. So we could start into a little bit of mystical agriculture. So the prosperity stuff, let's take a look at this again. Prosperity, these. So those turn into the infusion crystal. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more of this stuff, though. Maybe we should make a light gray lens so we can get that a little bit more frequently. I think that's probably going to be what we do. All right, guys, so we have a box here. It's very, very pretty. This is where we're going to put our wither boss. We're going to spawn it in, and then we're going to kill it. So very similar to most of these types of wither killing boss rooms I've made before. We have a hole in the top so I can get in here, place the blocks, and then we can get out. In fact, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I do believe there is a boss builder. Isn't there a wither boss builder? Yeah, wither builder. Okay, so we could put this directly underneath, power it, and then have it build the wither boss with a redstone signal. But before we get to that, I don't even know if we can craft this. Yeah, that does require another star before we can do that. Anyway, so we can get in here manually and then place the wither boss and get out of here. The wither boss is going to be in the center when it explodes, and then we can just kind of get its attention by looking through this window. It won't be able to see us. It'll fly forward, and the wither boss likes to fly up, so we'll be able to tickle its toes a little bit. And yeah, we'll just be able to take it down while it's in here. It is possible for the wither boss to make its way out of this hole. Very, very unlikely, because like I said, it's going to explode. It'll be in the center, and then we'll get its attention right here. It'll see us and try and fly forward. So yeah, I think that should work pretty well. The explosion from the initial blast of the wither could potentially break a block or two out here, but there's like nothing expensive or important. And then the same thing up here, when it explodes, it could like remove some of these blocks, but I'm not really too worried about it. Eventually, when we get that wither builder in there, that won't be an issue. We can just place that last reinforced obsidian up there and not really worry about it. So I did have to craft a few more blocks. The stack plus the 4 that we had was not enough, and then I crafted like another stack and a half, which is too many. So we have more of that stuff for later should we need it. So now it comes a time where we should look at spawning in our very first wither boss. Once we do one of them and make sure that it seems like it's going to be pretty okay, we will look at upgrading it and getting the auto wither boss former thing. So we need soul sand, which I have plenty of. We farmed that up a little while ago. Last time I went to the nether, I made sure I grabbed some of that. Now, another thing I'm not sure about, this mob crusher. I don't know if that works on the wither boss at all. I'm sure it would not one-shot kill it, but I don't know if it does damage over time or if it even affects the wither boss at all. So I kind of want to place that in the area of the wither boss and just see if we can automate this a little bit more. So when the wither boss explodes, it would normally destroy any blocks that are nearby it. But since this is reinforced obsidian that's witherproof, I think that contains all the explosions. So this mob crusher should be fine just the way it is. I think that should be okay. Maybe, no, you know what? Let's bring it down one more block. I was thinking we want it higher because the wither boss is going to be up higher, but I think I'd rather have it right there. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Okay, so we'll power this thing too, and let's just see, because Industrial Foregoing is like a remake version of MFR. MFR's grinder, I don't think, worked, but I don't know how the mob crusher works. Never used it before on this kind of a setup. All right, so I think we're pretty much good to go here. Hopefully everything's going to work out correctly and we don't have a loose wither boss in our base. I don't know how the wither bosses work in this pack. I don't know if it's just the same as any plain old wither boss, or now that we're at difficulty 250 is going to be ridiculous. I don't know, but we got ourselves a wither boss down there. I guess I could put the reinforced obsidian here to prevent any explosion, but we'll just leave it the way it is. And I'll just hang out over here for a second until it explodes. Wait a second, did that kill it? Oh my goodness, guys. The mob crusher kills it. We don't even need to get the Draconic Evolution mob grinder. Are you kidding me? Wow, that's amazing. So we get Supremium S. Okay, well, we can set up an automated system already. I really was not expecting that to happen. I was just kind of like, all right, let's just see. Maybe it'll do a little bit of damage to it. One shot kill immediately. That is amazing. So Rib of the Wither. I don't know. These we can use to make wither stars or nether stars. And then we have the Infinity Booster card, which I still need to make the wireless terminal for our Applied Energistic System. So let's take a look at the uses for this thing. So 3 of those will turn into 3 skulls. Okay. And then Nether Star Crux, right? We need that to grow the Nether Star Essence. That is really cool. So I saw that we got pretty much every drop from the Wither boss that time. I don't know if the grinder just gives you 100% drop for everything, or if we just got really lucky. Yeah, I really don't know. I think it's time right now that we make ourselves the former, though, so we don't have to keep going in there and placing down the Wither boss stuff. We can just kind of hang out and let everything happen, since this is going to be pretty much automatic anyways. Oh yeah, builder. So we want the Wither builder. Can we make this? Let's do it. Guess we had some nether stars in here from before. Right, we had like 4 nether stars originally didn't we? We got that, and then we made ourselves that builder's wand. It's been a minute since we last did that. So the wither builder, let's place this down for a second. So show working area. Okay, so it looks like you can place this down below the reinforced obsidian, and then one, I guess 2 blocks above it, it'll start building the wither boss. This does require power, and we want probably... How does that work? If it just gets the stuff, it just builds the wither, or do we have to give it a redstone signal? When provided with power, 3 wither skulls and 4 soul sand, it will completely build the wither spawning structure in the working area. Okay, so we got to be careful not to just like put in all the stuff, or it might spawn in too many wither bosses. So it looks like we just want to put in 3 skulls and 4 soul sand, and it will just build our wither boss, which is great. The mob grinder, not only does it kill the wither boss, but it collects all the drops too. And it looked like it collected that experience, although it collected as essence. And I think if this tank fills up, it'll leave the experience in there. But again, experience really isn't an issue for us anymore. So anyway, let's put this on top here just to make it completely secure so the wither boss cannot escape. Let's get down here. So we want to go down a few blocks. Well, just 2 blocks really. So this is the center. That's the outside. So we need to go 2 blocks over. There we go. We can place this right here, and we'll turn this on just to make sure everything looks correct. And that looks right to me. Okay, so if we give it power, I have that flux point on me still, don't I? No, I put the flux point away. Dang it. All right, well, let's go grab that flux point real quick. I want to make sure this thing's going to work. And then eventually we can hook it up to applied energistics, right? So we could just say, you know, 3 skulls and 4 soul sand equals 1 star. Yeah, that'll be pretty good, I think. All right, so we want the flux point. There we go. Get ourselves the wireless power for this thing. You know, these things really need to stop making sounds. I keep hearing it, and now that I see it, oh my goodness, they have so much health now. Now that I see them, I just want them away. Okay, so one last thing. Let's get this all hooked up, and then we can check this out. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get down there. Can I stop bouncing and stop climbing up the walls, please? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll do that. This thing has power. We'll give it 3 of those, and do I really not have the soul sand on me? Oh my goodness. I thought I grabbed a stack of soul sand. I guess I didn't. All right, well, we will grab soul sand so we can do a few of these things. There's that. Okay, very good. So once again, we will try this and see how automated we can make it for right now, but eventually we will wait until we have applied energistics to fully automated, I do think. Okay, so there is 4 soul sand. Wait a second. Why did it leave 1 soul sand behind? I don't know. So why is it not? I'm confused on what it's doing right now. Let's break open the top here. I want to see what this thing is doing because it doesn't seem like it's working the way I want it to work. These blocks take so long to break with my normal pickaxe, so I'll use my hammer, which has some haste modifiers on there. Oh. So why did it not place all the blocks? That was really odd. Do you have to place the skulls in this thing first before you place... I don't know. All right, well, let's grab these blocks real quick. You know what, I'll set this thing back up the way it was before so we can get in there and take a look at it. Just leave 1 block open. Because I am kind of curious why it acted that way. So 4 of that, 3 of that, skulls. Well, the only thing I can think of is that it wasn't working because I partially built the structure, then I removed some blocks, and then I put more blocks in there, and I thought I already had a block where it wasn't placing them. That's really the only thing I can think of. I don't know. I got it to work by manually placing that 1 piece of soul sand, and now it just seems to work all the time. So I think we're pretty much good to go. Hi little buddy. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. Now, the last one that just spawned in was one that had the little swirlies all around it. and the grinder took care of it no problem. I don't know if you can get a blighted version of this boss or not. But either way, we are collecting everything. So the Withering Soul is not 100% chance. It looks like we do get 2 Supremium Essence every time. We get a star every time, and I don't know if we get a Rib of the Wither every time, but it does look like the booster cards are pretty much every time, as well as the Knockback Arcane Scroll, and then we are getting some other random drops as well. So Nether Stars, the uses for these, we're going to start being able to do some things we weren't able to do before, like getting the Dragon Egg Mill. That's going to be really useful. Currently, we're using just the water mills for our GP. And Extra Utilities 2 is updated to the point now where if you spam too many of those, you start not getting the full amount of GP per water mill. And we're at that point now. How much are we even making? We're making 114.67. And I think that should have been like 128 if we weren't getting power loss. Anyway, so yeah, getting 500 from one Dragon Mill, that's going to be really, really useful. Other things that we can make with a Nether Star Generator, we can make these weird, crazy things. I'm not sure. Extra Utilities 2 Quantum Quarry, we could start making. I don't know if that's going to serve us very well. Crystal Matrix Ingot, if we get enough stars, we can make those, which will allow us to make the Extreme Crafting Table, which will allow us to get into some of this end game stuff here. Some of these things I'm a little concerned about, like the Neutronium stuff. I haven't even looked at the recipe on how to make that. Infinity Catalyst, we get the fidget spinners that we're going to have to do, the Ultimate Stew, which doesn't look like fun. Remember Kappa Mode? And Cosmic Meatballs. This does not have the meat ingots in it, so that should be okay, I think. Record Fragment, I'm not even sure how to get those. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm not sure, like, ooh, Creative Spikes, that'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure, like, how much of this we're going to do. I guess it just depends on everybody's interest in the pack and if we want to go this route. We've seen like how to make the fidget spinners and stuff like that in Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode, right? So, I mean, making the creative items definitely is pretty cool to do. What else do we got here? We got the Avaridia Armor, Creative Capacitor. Yeah, this is a thing that I want to make as an Angel Ring. So yeah, we need to start making the Extreme Crafting Table, which means we need 16 of our Nether Stars. So yeah, as soon as we get to this thing, we can stop. We can finally stop using the hang glider and just have creative flight all the time, which will be really, really good. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. So at this point, I think we can get rid of like this piece of reinforced obsidian, completely close this thing off, and then have ourselves a Wither boss spawner where we don't have to worry about it breaking blocks. I did see up here that it did remove a few blocks, which is not a big deal, just some stone in one of these cobblestones. I filled in that hole so that won't happen anymore. But yeah, definitely it's breaking blocks in a few of these areas that we have left open. But yeah, this is really, really good stuff. So we have 14 stars. We need 16. I'm going to try and kill a few more Wither bosses here, see if we can get that and start making the Extreme Crafting Table. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, so if we're going to build the Extreme Crafting Table, we need to have these Crystal Matrix Ingots, which do require a lot of diamonds for the Diamond Lattice. So yeah, that's going to be like 20 diamonds per one of these Matrix Ingots, and we're also going to need this Double Compressed Crafting Table, which is compressed crafting tables. Can those be uncompressed? Oh, you know what? We could probably use a compacting drawer to do this for us. Let's grab one of these. So if we put a compacting drawer here, we could probably put in one crafting table, and it should show the other ones. Yeah, okay. So let's make a bunch of crafting tables real quick. So we'll do this, and one of those. So this is a full stack, or I guess, yeah, full stack of crafting tables. We place that in there. We get ourselves 7 compressed crafting tables, but no double compressed. So we will need like another, about a half a stack, maybe 16 more of these should be enough. We place that in there. Nope, we need, there's a little bit more. There is one double compressed crafting table. So that makes that super, super easy. So we have that part of this process completed. But as far as the diamonds go, I don't know if we have enough. We already have 12 diamond lattice, actually. I guess we've gotten those from rewards. I did not realize that. So how many of these can we make? Let's just make as many as we can. So we have 3 of those, and now we're out of the diamond lattice. So 104 diamonds. And we need 5 more of those. 5 times 20. Yeah. So I think we have enough diamonds, but that'll leave us with like 4 remaining. I guess we can go ahead and do this. Let's make that many diamond lattice. We'll do that. There's 8 of those. And an extreme crafting table. Get. Quest complete, extreme crafting. Aw, yeah. All right, so we have that available to us, but we don't really have the ability to craft anything with it just yet. But the fact that that's done, that's amazing. And we only have 4 diamonds remaining. That's not very many at all. So we did get the Supremium Essence, and we've gotten a lot of that. The uses for the Supremium, we can make the Master Infusion Crystal, which will be really nice so we don't have to make the ones that have durability and get destroyed later on. The only thing is we need the Prosperity Shards. Well, I kind of know where we can get some Prosperity Shards. We already had like, what, 16 ore previously, and then we have also swapped out for the light gray lens. So now we're up to 21 of these. So let's take one of these with Fortune. I don't really know how many you get, if it's like Lapis or if it's like Diamonds, as far as the amount received out of it. And this does have Fortune 3 on it. Okay, so we got 6. Perfect. So quest complete, Prosperity, and Essence. Well, that's another quest complete that we are just knocking out real quick. That's awesome. So let's make the Master Infusion Crystal. Let's do uses on that one. Yeah, right here. So there it is, Master Infusion Crystal. Perfect. So we can use this as many times as we want to convert the essence into the next tier or whatever, and that's going to be really, really helpful. The Infinity Booster cards, yeah, these things, we were kind of talking about this before. The power has changed on the wireless crafting terminal, which we have not made yet. Before, you'd place one in there and you could use the crafting terminal wherever you wanted to. Now, these give it like a separate power, and when you're out of range, it uses that power. So these are a finite resource. Like, you have to keep making more or collecting more to use your wireless crafting terminal out of range, which kind of sucks a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. We got a bunch of those arcane scrolls knockback, a lot of the rib of the wither. Do we see what these did? Uses? So we can turn that to a wither helmet. Full set gives you strength, absorption, resistance, and fire resistance. You know what? That might not be that bad, to be honest. But I don't know if that's something that we want. But if we want to make that later, we can. We have 9 of these withering souls, and that is about it. So we have completed some quests here. Magical crop section. Oh my goodness. Magical crop section has been unlocked. Yeah, Prosperity and Essence. So this wanted us to get a Prosperity Shard and Inferium Essence. I guess this section unlocked when we did the Wither boss, I guess. I don't know. I hate how this thing keeps scrolling. Like, I have to keep scrolling my mouse wheel down in order to see where we are. Okay, so here is the extreme crafting. So that's a choice reward. We can get 4 loot chests, another 4 loot chests, compact giant chance cubes, or diamond lattice. I think we'll do these 4 loot chests right here. Okay, are these gonna be good ones? I don't know. So we get blocks of diamonds. Okay, well, we needed the diamonds, so that's good. 4 compressed diamond hammers. Those are rare. Epic chance cubes, 6 of them, and a tier 3 chance pendant, which we're probably never gonna use. Octuple compressed cobblestone, legendary. Man, these are like the best reward bags we've gotten so far. And then some prosperity shards, nice, and more chance cubes, which we're not going to be using. Did we get prosperity shards previously? I guess not. This must be the first time we've ever gotten that reward. So the compressed diamond hammer, we can turn that into the double compressed, which you can use as a tinker modifier to mine stuff. Like, you mine stone, it turns directly into gravel, I think. Anyway, I think we made that modifier previously, but I don't think we're going to be making that at all this time. So diamond hammer. Yeah, we already made this guy. I don't think we're going to be using that at all is what I meant to say. But anyway, that's pretty cool that we have them as a reward. Guys, we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. We got ourselves a wither boss killing machine. We got ourselves a bunch of experience to level up. We don't have to worry about those requirements anymore. We have the extreme crafting table. Man, we got a lot of stuff done today, huh? Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.